Hello, welcome to MCFC9320 Group. Good evening, Anne-Marie, and good evening, Celebrity John.
Good evening.
Good evening, Andy.
Had a good weekend?
Not bad, thank you.
Yeah.
Quite good. And went to a really old ground yesterday. Horrible wooden seats.
Woodison Park.
Yeah, Woodison, yeah.
Yeah. Did you manage to see the game, or was the stanchions in front of you?
There was a lad stood in front of me, he must have been about 6'3", and I had my two daughters with me, and one of them she's only 5 foot, so she stood on one of the seats for all the game, and the blokes behind said, "Oh, it's fine, don't worry about it." And he managed to crouch down and sit on the back of the stools so he could see, so it weren't too bad.
You went with Peter Crouch?
No, Peter Crouch was in front of me.
Ah, right. Yeah, it was first you got to touch on the Zinchenko and the other lad at Everton. You know, it was heartbreaking just seeing Zinchenko, you know, with tears in his eyes when
he cried the whole way through the game.
Yeah, when he first came on the pitch, the reception from the City fans and the Everton fans was amazing, just clapping him, and you could see him just totally well up. Never.
Just football does that, doesn't it? You know, the rivalries just go aside with stuff like that.
Yeah.
So fair play to the Everton fans, you know, joining in there. But, you know, God knows. I think it was right to have Zinchenko in the squad, because I think if Pep had left him out of the squad completely, I think that would have been the wrong thing to do.
Yeah. No, he played it right. Didn't play him, but he was there on the day, and he got the reception he wanted. He knew that everybody was behind him. Yeah. And what more could he ask for?
No, fair play.
Apart from somebody assassinating Putin.
Are we allowed to? Yeah, of course we're allowed to say that.
Of course we're allowed to say that.
What an horrible individual. Yeah. So there was somebody else in the crowd yesterday, Cole Palmer, with the City fans.
Yeah, he was not far from me, further forward.
Obviously, he was near Celebrity John. No, and that just shows the passion, really, doesn't it? Because, you know, he was left out of the squad. You know, he could have sulked, but no, he was.
He's been injured though, hasn't he?
Has he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was injured, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's always nice to see, you know, one of your own. You know,
he didn't look injured jumping around yesterday, though.
No, he didn't. Did he? That's
no, when he scored.
He actually looked okay yesterday. The game itself, but Everton
first half we were shocking.
Everton was always going to come at us. Make no mistake about that. They didn't really have anything major against us, shots on target. I just thought it was a bit of we cancelled them out. They cancelled us out.
It was a very scrappy game. If they had some better strikers, they could have scored. But then again, we was having an off day and we didn't play that well, but we won. That's the main thing.
That's what's worrying is, Anne-Marie, 2 off games in 2 games.
I was just about to say the same, Andy. We seem to be having more off days at the minute than we are good days, which I would say is a worry. You know, if we play in the first half, if we play against United like we did in the first half yesterday, we're in trouble.
They always seem to do a little bit better at the Etihad, don't they, the Rags?
Yeah.
So we just need for next week. I think we should, from the first whistle, we should just absolutely go at them and just try and get a couple of goals early doors, because we're capable of it. You know, especially at the moment they can't really do anything, because against Watford they was absolutely shocking apparently. But
that's debatable, Andy, because having watched Match of the Day, they had plenty of chances, just couldn't put them away, and we know what that's like ourselves. You can create all day long, but if you can't put the ball in the back of the net,
so that's took us 6 points clear of the Dippers. They've got a game in hand.
2.
1 game in hand, haven't they?
Only 1 game in hand.
Have they?
Yeah.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because up until yesterday,
they didn't play today, though.
We were both on 26
Well,
games.
they played midweek, didn't they?
Yeah.
They did, yeah.
When they beat Leeds 6-0.
Yeah, we didn't play, did we?
No, so that's 1 game in hand at this stage.
Better now.
at this stage of the season, I'd set the points rather than it's just about when. Is it really about performance now? Looking all pretty, or is it just about getting them 3 points?
It's just about getting them 3 points. And I've just, like you say, I've just realised that they've got one game in hand, and I feel a lot better now because that means they've got to beat us. And
I feel if we'd have gone into the Liverpool match and would have been level on points, I think they'd have beat us at the Etihad. We've just got that little bit of a safety blanket now. Although I think they've got 3 goals. They scored 3 goals more than us.
Yeah,
so
that's because they played Leeds.
Well, we did.
Yeah, their last 2 league games have been Norwich and Leeds.
Yeah, but you can only beat what's in front of you, and I think it's about what we do now. Just listen. At the end of the day, if we win all our games, we've won the league. It doesn't matter whether we win them all 1-0. Are we capable of doing that? Yeah. It was yesterday a tough old match. First half, I don't think we was too bad in the second half. We had a lot of possession, but possession doesn't win matches. And the goal itself by Foden, I thought that was nice, nifty little footwork.
Yes, it was an error on Everton's side, which gave us the goal. And that's what we had to rely on yesterday, an error from them, because we weren't doing anything fantastically creative to actually win the game.
No.
So with them making an error and those getting that goal, that was our breakthrough.
Yeah. So obviously after we scored, Everton had their a penalty appeal ruled away for an offside.
Yeah.
Why has it not been shown, this offside, even though it was?
Because it doesn't fit the agenda.
That's controversial, John. What are you trying to say? Oh. Say it.
Because they think that we own VAR.
It's about time we got a good one, isn't it? Really, it's
because the offside. If you watching that game last night, they never mentioned the offside once. It was just a handball, and for me, even now, and all the pundits are saying definite handball. For me, it wasn't, because it hit where his sleeve was, and that isn't handball. That's the green area.
Yeah. Thing is, though,
I agree.
It wasn't even deliberate, and
I think it was
ball to well, it ball to arm, weren't it? Basically.
Yeah, Anyway, I had a premonition. Anyway, if they'd have got it, they'd have missed the penalty, so it doesn't matter.
No, if they'd have got it, they might have scored, but would have scored again.
For me, it's just a big nonsense. When City get one against them, a VAR decision, nothing's really said. It's just
it was mainly Liverpool that was going on about it all the time.
Good, isn't it?
And if you'd have watched that game today with Chelsea and Liverpool, Keita should have had a red card.
Should I didn't watch it. To be honest, I only watched the penalties.
Studs up. They said he got the ball, but it was the ball of the man, not the actual ball.
The ball of the man?
Yes.
Has he only got one?
Well, probably now, yeah.
As I say, I didn't watch it, so I can't comment on that. But something that the League Cup now is I'm assuming is going to be a major trophy.
Oh yeah, it's the People's Cup apparently now.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's not their fault.
Yeah, it meant nothing when we won it for the last 4 years.
No.
It's just a big damp squib as far as I'm concerned. Liverpool winning it. It's about. By the way, that's the first domestic cup they've won in 10 years. Obviously not the Premier League, but I mean the trophies.
Yeah.
Just got no history, have they?
No, never mind. Anyway, enough about them.
Yeah. So let's get back onto the game yesterday. I thought Pep started off his starting lineup wrong. I thought he would have learnt a lesson from the Spurs game, but he just more or less went with the same.
Can I say something? What is wrong with De Bruyne? He just cannot pass the ball at the moment. I don't know what's wrong with him. Yeah. He just, every ball he I know he tries to thread him through the eye of a needle, But
He was
it's
it,
just
he couldn't do a 2-yard pass yesterday.
no, he couldn't.
And he has a tendency to do that. I brought it up on previous shows. I'm not calling him. Obviously, he's world class and probably the best midfielder in the world. But that's 2 games on the bounce. He's had a bit of a shocker. Let's hope that's there's been a few bad performances, few bad days at the office in 2 games, and we're going to the derby flying because there's no room for error. Because if Liverpool get level with us,
It's not the derby next, though, is it? Peterborough next, isn't it?
Oh yeah, on Wednesday night, Tuesday night.
In the I'm on about in the league.
Okay.
In the league, if Liverpool get level with us, it'll be twitchy bum time, really.
Yeah, it will. But we're better than them.
Yeah, I believe so. But time will tell.
We are better.
But time will tell when they come to us, because early on in the season, when we're saying, "Oh, we played all the top 6 away from home, la di da di da," and now, really, the test was Spurs. Spurs did a job on us, even though we did a job on them. Did we beat Spurs?
No, they beat us beginning of the season.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember now. So all of a sudden, we get into the business end of the season, and we was hoping that we'd be playing all the top teams at the Etihad, and that was our first test, and we failed, really.
Well, put it this way, we seem to lose more at the Etihad than we do away at the moment. And I don't know what it is, but I think it's just the way that teams set up against us and they hit us on the counter. And we just, it's like when we go a goal behind. I know the atmosphere is not as good as it should be at the Etihad until we go a goal behind and start getting frustrated.
Yeah.
And then the atmosphere ramps up.
So let's get back to it. Was it a penalty?
No.
No.
Why?
Offside.
I know it's offside, but I've not seen it. I've still not. Did it look offside when you was there, John?
I didn't even see the penalty. I didn't even think it was handball. I saw it come off there, but that was it.
I was round at my mate's bar, and it was full of Reds. There was only me and my mate Wayne who were City fans, and we was like, not a penalty, but there was just the rest. The Rags was just like, you're just saying that. I'm like, I actually didn't think it was a penalty. Especially when it hit in there.
Yeah.
No,
he's moving his arm away as well.
Yeah,
and it hit him there. And
it wasn't intentional anyway. It's not as if he's gone to control the ball like that. It's just come up at him, hit him on the sleeve. So does that mean, Anne-Marie, because you're a believer in if it hits the sleeve, that it's not a penalty?
Yeah.
Let's start wearing long sleeve shirts.
Yeah, long sleeve shirts, definitely. Oh, they can actually make them just a little bit longer to your elbow.
Yeah. No, as I say, I don't think it was. The performance, as I say, in the first half wasn't the best. Everton was always going to come at us. And they played some decent stuff. But what's worrying, Iwobi actually played well against us. Because I know a lot of Evertonians, and to be fair, on even up to Saturday, yesterday morning, he was like, I hope you lever us. I hope you lever us just so Liverpool don't win the league. And I'm thinking, actually, if you have a bad run, you're going to find yourself relegated, boys.
Yeah, they are. And
not bothered.
Liverpool were going on yesterday about them, saying that, they should have had a penalty. And they were saying, so if they get relegated because of a point, that's because VAR's not giving that penalty.
Always somebody else's fault, John.
Yeah. But there's 38 games to go across.
Of course there is. And as they say, that always evens himself out.
Yeah, of course it does.
So, we're going through a rough patch. What would you do against Peterborough? Because, we've touched on that a couple of minutes ago about Peterborough. Would you put our strongest lineup out to try and get themselves getting the mojo back, getting in form? Or would you make changes?
No, he'll make changes. I have made changes, and Pep will make changes.
Would you make changes?
Yes, I would.
Would you, Anne-Marie?
Yeah.
Who would you bring in and who would you keep out?
I'd give Mcfc a run out. I might even give Kaiki a run out. or cakey, well, however you want to say it, or Delap.
But that'd take us. No, I'm not saying it's wrong, and I'm also not saying it's right. To be fair, that's what you call sitting on the fence. I just feel Spurs, we want at our best. Everton, we want at our best. So if they play against Peterborough with the same team, and we start getting comfortable, and hopefully we'll beat Peterborough, that's the time to start bringing them on. If we make big changes now and we go into the derby on Sunday, what a stupid time, by the way. With the team we started with, say, yesterday or against Spurs, that's a little bit of a worry for me.
Well, I don't think we can start with that same team again.
Wow.
It's a bit of an issue, I think, with Kevin, Gundogan, and Bernardo in the middle.
Doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
The issue for me is when they put in Foden and Sterling, just keep swapping them around. It doesn't work. Sterling's best position is on the left, but I can see Grealish coming in against Peterborough, playing some
Walker,
sort of part.
Zinchenko.
Yeah. I think he needs a game, because of all the issues, just to, not saying take his mind off things, because obviously he's not going to.
But that's puzzled me against thinking. Everton, why not play Walker?
That's it made no sense. I tweeted, what is John Stones doing playing right back? I don't think he had a great game, John Stones. All right, he had a shot where the keeper had to make a routine.
He did some
save.
good clearances. When they were through near us 1-on-1, and he cleared it.
But he got caught out of position a few times.
Yep.
Whereas Walker, he would have had the.
But he's not got the pace of Walker, has he?
That's what I'm saying. Where if he gets in trouble, Walker, he's got his pace to get, to try and get himself out of trouble.
Yeah.
And I just felt yesterday we was inviting Everton on because, they knew John Stones is not going to be up and down, up and down, up and down like a Kyle Walker. What's also a little bit worrying for me, Cancelo's past few games is not been great.
So he's been losing the ball quite a lot, hasn't he?
So if Pepe's going to make changes against Peterborough, I'll say no. I still think he should play the same team to try and play him back in form. But if he's going to make changes, I would bring, like you say, Zinchenko in, give Cancelo.
Oh, where's she gone?
Where's she gone?
I don't know. Some kidnapped her.
It's because she knows. I was going to say bring Mahrez in. Yeah,
she loves Mahrez, doesn't she?
Yeah, she's she wants to get married to him. Apparently,
she's already married.
Only in one postcode. Only in one postcode. I thought you'd only married in one postcode.
No.
no, something. But yeah, like I made a few points that a rough patch, John. But we've been there, done that. I'd rather win like yesterday through a so-called rough patch than a draw, because I think a draw would have been a disaster for us yesterday.
Yeah, it would have been, definitely.
Yeah.
It would have put Liverpool in a place where they wanted to be, and that is basically going on and saying, "Oh, the league's ours." And
yeah, she's coming back on now.
Yeah, right, shush.
Right. Yeah,
we didn't talk about.
So Anne-Marie said that she wanted to marry Mahrez. Anne-Marie's back with us now. Hello.
Yeah, you all froze on me. It was the best you've looked in ages.
We froze.
Yeah.
Let it go. Let it go.
Oh no! Come on.
See what I did there?
Yeah, and you can do better than that, Andy.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, speechless now.
That's about what it deserves.
Yeah.
So yeah, we was just talking about bringing Zinchenko and going on against Peterborough. Is that the right thing to do? Yeah, because just before you disappeared on us, we're saying that Cancelo he's had a couple of poor games. So rather than swap him on the right or something like that, or put him in midfield, just give him a rest then. Yeah.
But then there's a few of them, for me, I don't think either Diaz or Laporte have looked 100% secure in the last couple of games either.
Do you remember last week when I said something and I've still been thinking
John
about
Stones?
About
John Stones, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the same.
So credit to Mike Birch for triggering my mind. It does, doesn't it? Diaz doesn't look the same.
With Laporte.
Does it? It doesn't look the
The
same.
problem with Laporte is he's not as quick on the ball as other players.
Do you think Pep's just trying to keep him, John, because he's after, if he's not playing Laporte, he'll ask to leave? Do you reckon Pep's just trying to keep him happy?
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, Mike Birch, a little. I do think he's right.
He is right. John Stones and Ruben Diaz together are the better centre forwards. They bounce off each other. You've seen the passion between them, and you don't get that with Diaz and Laporte.
No, where you see like the I-5 in each other when they do a great clearance and stuff like that. Yeah. So yeah, it's right. The derby's coming up next week. I really hate derbies. I really
don't
hate
we all?
Mm.
If we win, I always like them afterwards. Weird, isn't it?
Strange, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
They worry me then, because they worry me for next week.
They always seem to up the game when they play us. It's a derby, isn't it?
But then, as we've seen the last couple of weeks, every team raises the game against us.
Yeah, they do.
They're bound to, because we're the champions of England.
Everybody's cup final, aren't we?
Yeah, I think we just any win next week. I know that sounds obvious and stuff like that, but I think any win next week, I'm not bothered whether they score an own goal for us to get us 3 points. I'm not bothered. It's just about winning now. It's not about performance. How many games are left now? Is it 11?
11 games, yeah.
Just got to get through them 11 games, haven't we?
Yeah, 33 points.
Do you think Liverpool will win all their games?
No, definitely not.
Have they got Crystal Palace to play?
Probably.
They always seem to do us a favour, don't they, Palace?
But they've got Everton to play soon. And that always ends a draw. Unless Pickford throws it back at net for him.
Yeah.
Which he does quite often.
We talk about VAR dodgy decisions.
Yeah.
That hair's a dodgy decision.
I can't comment on hair, sorry.
What, Pickford's?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, did anyone see the City Women Derby today?
Yeah, watched it.
Yeah.
First half wasn't so good, but second half
was brilliant.
Second half, you know what I mean? It's when United went 1-0 up early doors, I thought, this is not good. But yet again, it was that little, like a couple of minute blitz where we just went through, and they couldn't live with us.
Well,
The
good substitutions
at half time.
Yeah.
And
then
Caroline Weir. I mean, why isn't she starting the game when she's renowned for scoring against them?
I know. Yeah. Laura Hemp again, scores. It's just, well, even.
Have we found out whether it's a record yet for Bunny coming on? Scoring 34 seconds after coming on.
Yeah. To me, that's a good shout. That Ellen White again. She's a great player. A great team player as well.
Yeah.
The more I see, the more impressed. With like her work rate, the passion what she puts in, and she actually wore a yellow armband today. She requested a yellow armband to support for the Ukrainians. Did anyone see that?
No, didn't notice that.
Yeah, so you know what I mean. Fair play to her. I just think she's a brilliant player, and she's been in and out of the team. And I know she had a few injuries early doors, but the work rate what she puts in, that's got to be infectious. Across the team. Thought Bronze played all right again today.
It just shows how much we've missed her earlier in the season.
Absolutely. And we're still not perfect at the back, because they're missing Steph Horton still.
Yeah, well, she's had an operation on her Achilles last week.
Yeah.
So she's going to be out for
a while.
Yeah, 6 months, I reckon.
Yeah, well, till next season, till the beginning of next season at least. So I think Greenwood's, she's some player as well, isn't she? The way she gets up and down the field. A range of passing's brilliant.
Yeah.
I was impressed with that in the second half.
Yeah, they totally outplayed United in second half, and they didn't have an answer for it whatsoever.
So 4-1. I'd settle for that next week.
Yeah, definitely.
I'd settle for 1-0 though, if I'm honest.
Yeah, just a win.
Yeah.
You just need a win. That's all.
Yeah, it's just with the City women though. It's just a shame that so many injuries early on in the season because they're on a bit of a crest of a wave, really. Apart from when Chelsea always seem to do us, but we've got them in the Conti final, haven't we, Anne-Marie?
Yeah, we do. But I think things are starting to look up for them. We've got a battle on our hands to get Champions League football this season.
Yeah,
but we're only 2 points behind United at the minute in the league. So, hopefully it'll come good for us.
I told you early on in the season, stick with Gareth Taylor. You wanted him sacking. So fickle you are.
I'm
Don't you remember saying it on every show?
No, I'm pretty sure it was you saying it, Andy, and me saying no.
Was it,
We have
John?
to stick with him.
Don't know. Can't remember.
No,
stuff.
No, I'm happy to be wrong. He seems to have got them going quite well now. So
It was you then. Yeah.
I don't remember though.
You do.
No, fair play to him. So a big week coming up really for the boys in blue as well. As we say, Peterborough, and then the derby. Who've we got after the derby? Is that Liverpool?
No, Liverpool aren't till April.
Who've we got after the Rags?
Hang on, I'll tell you. We've got Sporting.
Win the league. I'm not.
Oh, yeah,
the league. Palace away. Palace away.
Oh yeah, on the 14th. It's a Monday night.
Paddy Vieira.
Yeah.
Paddy Vieira. They give us a game at the Etihad, by the way.
Yeah,
Certainly
they
did.
So
Yeah,
just hope. He's not obviously he's not going to let us win because of his City ties and stuff like that. If anything, he'll want us to lose, won't he? Just to for Palace's own credibility.
Well, for them, wouldn't it be great for them to be able to say they beat us twice in one season?
Or it'd be great for them to go, something. It was great. It was great to beat City at the Etihad. Unfortunately, they levered us at home, and it was great for them to beat Liverpool.
Nice.
It'd be ideal.
Yeah.
It would be ideal. So what are you up to this week? Are you going to Peterborough, John?
No, I'm not going Peterborough.
You're so
working.
You're so part-time, you.
Stop, he's got a job to do.
Oh, he's coming down to sort your plumbing out tomorrow, isn't he?
Certainly is.
I'm not going to comment. Yeah, hopefully we'll be sitting here next week on,
About 9.
and it'll be
In fact, hang on. We won't be back in time for this.
we will.
Unless we do a later one.
4:30 kickoff.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Finish at 6:30.
Oh, but some of us
Text
live in Manchester though, John. So we'll be back.
Yeah, but I also run the bus, don't I? So
Oh yeah.
could do it probably 9 o'clock-ish.
Yeah.
Alex
We
wants
are-
to come
I
and
think-
make
I think we- it depends if we win or not. No, we'll definitely do one next Sunday, even if it's say 9 o'clock, because it could be an absolute disaster of a week, or it could be on a crest of a wave.
Yeah. If not, we can always do the Monday night if needed.
Monday night football. Yeah, either way, we'll do it because I think there's going to be a lot of talking points next week.
Yeah.
Especially in the derby because there normally isn't there.
Yeah, they've got to, in the day, we've got to talk about the penalty that we're going to get off bar.
Offside.
Handball.
No, ours won't be, Ours will be fine.
That won't be. Yeah, it just makes me a little bit edgy with it being at the Etihad because it's they always seem to up the game at the Etihad, don't they?
Yeah, but the atmosphere should be bouncing. It should be bouncing.
Should be. Shoulda, coulda, wouldn't, didn't. If me uncle had it, no, I won't use that analogy.
No. Or if somebody on Twitter said earlier, a Liverpool fan, that every time no keeper has ever kept a clean sheet when Luis Diaz scores against him. That's what he put on Twitter.
What?
Yeah.
That's true, though.
Said somebody needs to teach him the laws of football.
Right. I'll use that one. I'll put that one in my back pocket.
Yeah, some of these dipsticks don't know the rules at all, do they?
There was one the other day on Heart Radio, and he came on, and he was doing this competition thing, and he said, "Oh, so where are you from?" And he said, "Oh, from the northwest." He said, "Whereabouts?" He said, "Liverpool." He said, "All right, you go in the game the weekend?" He said, "No, I'll be watching it on TV." And he said, "Oh, what score do you reckon?" He said, "I reckon 2-1 to Liverpool and get them 3 points." He said, "You do realise it's a cup final, you don't get points for it."
You never know. He might have got him for speeding.
You never know.
Hopefully. So what are you up to this week apart from sorting out Marie's plumbing out?
Just working, per usual. Watching the game from home on Tuesday night.
Yep. Is it on TV?
Yes, it's on TV.
Trying to catch it out then with a dodgy fire stick.
No, it's on TV.
Yeah. Yeah, a big week. What you up to, Anne-Marie? You watching the match on Tuesday?
I certainly will. And I'm hard at work all week, obviously,
How did you say that with a straight face?
because it's true.
Well, prediction for Tuesday.
3-0
So who?
I'll go for
to
the
us.
City.
I'm not going to ask for a prediction. I'm not going to tempt fate for the derby.
I was thinking you left there, by the way.
Yeah, Ferguson.
Ferguson's left, hasn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he went of his own accord earlier in the week.
Scared, is he?
Yeah.
Scared. So, anything else, guys, before we wrap it up?
Yeah, Bielsa's gone, hasn't he?
Yes, the
Oh,
Leeds
yeah.
manager. I think that's a mistake by Leeds.
No,
Okay, it's not.
no. I don't. Pep's got a lot of praise for him, but I just think he's a bit past it now.
Weird. Why does he look as if he's on the toilet all the time?
He's weird. He is very weird. It's like his interviews. He can speak English, but he has an interpreter, and he will not look at the camera. He just looks away. I think it's really ignorant.
Why?
I don't know. It just happens all the time.
What amazes me is that and I do get it because I think Pep's a bit like that, in that he knew the results were going against him. So why did he not even attempt to try and change the way they played?
Yeah.
To give them a little bit more security.
Absolutely.
They couldn't attack. They couldn't defend. And they just lost the ball in the middle. So they were just atrocious, basically, football-wise.
Yeah.
And like you say, he wouldn't change it.
No, wouldn't. But hey ho, we've not got to play him now for the rest of the season, unfortunately. You know, wish we could have played him every week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if they don't book up their ideas, they'll be proper in a relegation dogfight.
With Everton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've never been relegated, Everton, have they?
Not yet. Imagine that in the brand new stadium in the Championship.
And it's good to see Newcastle buying the way out of moving out of the relegation zone as well. Nothing said about that, is there? About Newcastle spending money to get out of the, out of the relegation zone. It was just little city, Ickle City, who got all the. I nearly swore then. All the grief.
Yeah, and the other major news is the Abramovich handing over Chelsea to the trustees.
What exactly does that mean, though? Because he's still the owner.
Yeah, he just won't be doing the day-to-day stuff, so he probably won't be sacking his managers as frequent as normally does.
Basically, no, the what he's done, he's put it over the trustees so that it doesn't count as his money. So if he gets his money restricted, he can still put money into Chelsea through the trustees. It's a back door for him, basically.
Yeah. I've had enough of the Russians.
Well, the thing is, what about Arsenal? Aren't they got Russian owners?
Yeah.
And Everton,
Yeah,
Umanov.
yeah.
So watch this space on that, 'cause I think it might be a little bit rocky for a few people. But I'd rather the war end and the Russians carry on investing, because at the end of the day, the normal Russian people don't want a war. So, and I feel a little bit sorry
They
for
don't.
them. So
A
we
lot
can't
of
really,
Russian people.
I don't like doing. I never do politics or religion, because it's the two biggest, things that what create wars. But I will say, it's not the Russian people's fault. So really, we can't tar them with the same brush as the stupid. And don't tell Putin I called him an absolute whopper in case he comes looking for me. No,
He's just a big spoiled kid who's too used to getting his own way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's hope by the next. I doubt it very much, but the next time we chat next weekend, that the world is a better place.
Yeah.
And on that note, amen.
On that note, we all stand with Ukraine.
Absolutely. Let's hope it gets a little bit easier for them.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, guys, have a good week, and let's hope the Mighty Blues have a good week.
Yep.
Let's hope so. Thanks, Andy.
Cheers, mate.
See you later, folks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.